everyone. This is Sylvia with Honest Insurance Services, and today we are here with Carl DeMyleg. Section is our honest answers, and so we answer some questions that we are constantly being asked. And Carl here is with Guardian Angel Advisors. So, Carl, can I ask you a quick question? How do you
Yes.
start a foundation, or what is a foundation?
Great question. So, a foundation, I'll be specific, I'll say a private foundation, is one of two classifications granted to organizations under 501c3 section of the Internal Revenue Code, and the other one being public charity. So, under 501c3, you got private foundations and public charities. Most everyone knows what public charities are, or have at least encountered them. They're the ones who are the front line of charitable work. They do fundraisers, feed the homeless, spread awareness about cancers, diseases, things like that.
Okay.
They do a lot of fundraising. They get grants from government and private foundations. So the other side of the 501c3 code is the private foundation.
Is that like a family foundation?
It depends on who sets it up. Sometimes it can be a corporate foundation, like a soda company or a bank can set up a corporate foundation. It's a foundation controlled by the corporation. Family foundation is one that's controlled by your family. And foundations in general, they exist not to actually be the front line of charitable work, but they're sort of in the background, providing financial support to those in the front line. So they do not fundraise. They typically are funded with income producing assets or just profits from companies. And they're allowed to grow exempt from capital gains tax because we want these foundations to exist for a very long time. So that way they can just keep giving money to charity every year.
So some of our clients are looking to see how to build generational type of wealth. Is a family foundation a good avenue for that?
It's definitely something families should consider. One of the reasons is family foundations, private foundations, are exempt from capital gains tax. So imagine your stocks or whatever, your house, you sell it. Let's say you sell it as an individual. Well, you get hit with capital gains tax, and then now let's say you're out 20%. You have 20% less to invest. And then it grows whatever it grows to. And then from there, if you wanted to donate, great, you make your donation. However, if you do this through a private foundation, you sell the house, you get full fair market value, whatever you sell it for, no capital gains. You wait a year, it grows. Let's say you invest it, and let's say you gain 10%. Well, you just donate a part of that. And because these are intended to be around for decades, you don't want to give away too much. Otherwise, you start eating into principal. And then maybe 5 generations from now, your grandkids are running the foundation. And I always call it a family foundation because you want your family to control the whole thing.
Awesome. What are some of the charitable things that they can contribute to? Give me an example.
So let's say they have a soft spot for veterans. They could, through the foundation, donate to 501c3 public charities of any kind, but if they in particular want to support veterans organization, they could choose that. They could choose local animal shelters.
Yeah, there's a lot of animal lovers out there.
Yeah.
Great way to donate to some of those organizations through your family foundation.
Right. And if you think about this long term, which it's supposed to be, let's say I'm an individual that does not create a foundation and I just want to give to animals and veterans organizations. I'm doing this from my taxable income. Now, eventually I'm going to retire, which will probably mean my income will be less, which means my donations may be less. And I'm definitely going to die, which means now I can't give anymore. However, the family foundations, they're designed to exist in perpetuity. The first one in the United States has been here since 1909 and has given money every single year. So if instead of donating from my taxable income, we create a foundation, the foundation grows its assets exempt from taxes, and then every year donate a little bit. Generation or two from now, after I'm dead, there's still money because it's growing without taxation, and they can still keep giving to these causes or other charities that are with the same intent.
Some people think that family foundations are only for the rich. What do you think?
I disagree because there's no rule in the Internal Revenue Code that says you have to have this minimum net worth. It's first and foremost for people that want to give back in a very efficient manner. The problem after that is finding someone who can create these for you, who are not trying to tell you need to be worth 10 million.
Okay. And how does one get started to start a family foundation? Is that your organization comes in, speaks to the family, speaks to the individual? How does that work?
Yes, so we want to find out what their purpose is, what their mission is going to be, because sometimes the foundation might not be the right entity. There are options like donor advised funds, or simply just buying life insurance or creating a charitable remainder trust. So we do interview these families to see what their goals are and if what we have is the right fit. And it always starts out with an entity. You either use a state nonprofit corporation or a charitable trust. We prefer charitable trusts because you sort of write the rules, but still have to be compliant with the Internal Revenue Code. An example would be if you went the nonprofit corporation route in California, you have to have 3 board members, not a big deal. But if you wanted to draw a salary from it, 2/3 of those board members cannot be family. Now, earlier I said this is supposed to exist for decades, generations. And it's funded not by fundraising, but from a family or two. If I had 2/3 of a chance to be voted out of a foundation I created, I don't want that. So I'd rather create a charitable trust. We can state that you only need 1 board member, trustee, and you can also state that only family members could be board members, or
So you get to write the rules.
for the most part, as long as you are in compliance with 501c3, section 501c3, yes.
Okay. Well, this has been very interesting. Hopefully we answered a lot of questions for people out there. Carl, how do they get a hold of you, or what's your website?
The website is guardianangeladvisors.com. Advisors is spelled with an E, not an O. So Guardian Angel, ADVISERS.com.
Well, great. Everyone, please check out our channel, Honest Insurance Services, and we'll see you at the next one.